The love story of Ashwini and Akash. Tejaswini and Ashwini were good friends since childhood. The pair was always famous among their entire friend circle. They went to the same school from nursery, and when it came to choosing a college, both of them chose the same college. Since the college was far from home, both of them took a room nearby and started living together in it. Despite playing and studying together since childhood, there was a lot of difference in their nature. On one hand, Ashwini was a simple and normal looking girl, while on the other hand, Tejaswini was very smart and attractive. Ashwini was interested in studies, while Tejaswini was interested in sports. Akash, who was tall and had athletic body, obtained good marks in studies. It did not take long for the basketball champion to win over the entire college. Tejaswini's eyes fell on Akash first. On hot summer days, Akash used to practice in the basketball court and used to get drenched in sweat. Tejaswini herself was interested in basketball. It did not take long for her to become friend with Akash. Within a few weeks, she started learning the tricks of playing basketball from Akash. What kind of things do you talk about? I can't even think about the world apart from books. Ashwini could not keep quiet after listening to him. Are you interested in reading? Me too. Without reading, I don't sleep even for a day, said Akash. After that day, Akash became friend with Ashwini also. Now, all three used to chat not only in the college but also in their room. Tejaswini was crazy about Akash's looks and mannerisms, while Akash was crazy about Ashwini's general knowledge and interest in reading. Within a few weeks, they were recognized as a trio. And who knows what this madam is engrossed in reading? Tejaswini said and snatched the book from Ashwini's hand. Hey, let me read it. A very good article has been published in this magazine. Do you know how our ideal car, Mercedes, got its name? Emil Jelinek, a German industrialist, was in the business of selling cars. He bought and sold many vehicles of Daimler Motors. In several letters written to this car company, he stipulated that his sports car be named after Emily's elder daughter, Mercedes Jelinek. Because when she grew up, Mercedes had two marriages, but neither one was successful. To support his two children, he had to extend his hands to the people. Then he got cancer and died at the age of only 39. Just imagine the person after whom the car whose name has become synonymous with prosperity and success spent so much of his life in struggle. Isn't this a great irony? You also keep reading after searching for something, Tejaswini said after Ashwini finished speaking. Traveling the world is on my bucket list, said Akash. After knowing such interesting information, my desire to see these places becomes stronger. Now, My perspective of looking at Mercedes car will change. You gave such good information. Thank you for that, Ashwini. Akash was impressed by Ashwini's fondness for reading. Like Ashwini, he was also very interested in history, geography, and general knowledge. In the evening, all three went out to eat at a restaurant. All three ordered food of their choice. It's amazing, both of you have similar food preferences. Tejaswini said when Ashwini and Akash ordered South Indian food. I will order Mughalai food. Other college friends were able to read the emotions rising towards Akash in Tejaswini's eyes. They often teased Tejaswini in the name of Akash. Some girls even started calling Akash Tejaswini's boyfriend. Just imagining such a possibility made Tejaswini's mind start flying like a butterfly. She also wanted the same thing but was shy to say it. How will be the movie program tomorrow? Ashwini started looking around when Tejaswini asked the question. Akash said, which movie? I am not very fond of watching films. It seems that you both are brother and sister from the previous life. Ashwini is also not fond of movies, just give him some books like you. But sometimes we have to do something for the happiness of friends. So this Saturday, all three of us will go to watch a movie for my happiness. Tejaswini completed her statement flauntingly. After Akash left, Ashwini said to Tejaswini, both of you go and watch the movie. What kind of things do you talk about? There is no such thing. We both are just good friends. Tejaswini laughed him off. Tejaswini was not ready to express her feelings until she could probe into Akash's mind. Whatever I am saying it after some thinking. The attraction towards Akash is clearly visible in your eyes. I don't know how he has not seen it yet. After hearing these words from Ashwini, the bud of love inside Tejaswini, which was hesitantly beating inside the folds of her heart, started yearning to come out. Seeing Akash, she felt something, but her mind kept wandering in the dilemma of how to tell this to Akash. Akash is a strange madman. I give him so many hints, but he still doesn't understand anything. Will I have to start it myself? Tejaswini would often think. Tejaswini's mind was shaken by love. As soon as she saw Akash, her cheeks would turn red. Now she doesn't feel like studying at all. She felt like Akash should talk sweetly to her. Whenever she met Akash, she would start chirping. She wished that Akash should stay with her and not leave her. She had also started listening to love songs, and with the help of her weak dictionary, she had also started writing love poems. But she had kept all these secrets in her personal diary. Even Ashwini was unaware of these activities. That evening, when Ashwini had gone out for some work, Akash came to the room. Tejaswini had just come back after washing her hair, and her wet hair was hanging on her shoulders. Tejaswini often kept her hair tied, but today her beautiful hair looked very attractive. You are looking very beautiful today. Why don't you keep your hair open? Akash said smilingly. Only my hair looks good, don't I? Tejaswini asked the question openly and Akash laughed shyly in response. Both sat down to complete their notes. Oh, it is so cold these days. It is becoming uncomfortable to sit here. Come on, let's turn on the heater and sit inside. Saying this, Tejaswini started inviting Akash to come to the bedroom. Are you sure? Akash had never gone inside before. Whenever he came, he just sat in the living room. Yes, yes, let's sit inside comfortably and read. Then I will make you drink hot coffee. Both Akash and Tejaswini sat on the bed and started reading. Tejaswini pulled the folded quilt on her feet. Both of them were sitting together and reading when suddenly there was lightning. Tejaswini clung to Akash with a small scream. I am very afraid of lightning. Please don't leave me alone until Ashwini comes back. Okay, I will not go. Why are you afraid? I am here, Akash said while caressing her back. Then one thing led to another. Without thinking, Akash and Tejaswini went into each other's embrace. Within a short time, he crossed all limits. After some time, both of them became aware of the foolish steps they had taken. There was sporadic light left outside. The sun had set. Darkness engulfed the room. Tejaswini got up slowly and walked out of the room. Akash also came out silently and pulled a chair and sat down. Before both could say anything to each other, Ashwini came back. As soon as she arrived, Akash said, "It is getting late," and went to his home. Whatever happened, happened unknowingly, but still Tejaswini was very happy that day. She was united with her love. Golden dreams of the life ahead started dancing in her eyes. She did not sleep till late that night. The next day, Akash did not come to Tejaswini's room to teach her. Rather, he stayed away from her in the college also. After about 4 days, Tejaswini was sitting in the college canteen and drinking tea when suddenly Akash came and sat in front of her. Tejaswini's face lit up as soon as she saw him. Hi, how are you? Tejaswini asked softly. But looking at Akash, Tejaswini started thinking. It seems as if Akash has become thin. So Akash was ill. That is why he was not seen. Due to the incident of that day, perhaps Akash would be unable to cope. Tejaswini, I want to talk to you about something. Whatever happened between us that evening, I had never even imagined anything like this. Just like this, suddenly the situation started becoming like this. Please, if possible, forgive me and forget this matter here. I will also erase that evening from my memory. So, this is why Akash has not come to the room for the last few days. Tejaswini's suspicions turned out to be correct. It was because of the incident of that day that Akash was not coming to meet her. Tejaswini had actually enjoyed Akash's company that evening. She was already attracted towards Akash. Tejaswini wanted that now her and Akash's love should move forward, take the first step, and gradually deepen. Therefore, she had understood very well that this relationship will not sustain. So she wanted to plant the soft soil in the courtyard of her mind for the bed of love to flourish with the help of her simple words and sweet behavior. Tejaswini mentioned this incident only in her diary. Ashwini did not know anything about that evening. All three once again started meeting like old friends. Akash again started coming to the room. All three started going for a walk. Akash and Ashwini also started getting along well. On one hand, Tejaswini's love for Akash, and on the other hand, Ashwini's growing friendship with Akash. Everyone became very happy in this threesome. One evening, when Ashwini came to the room, Tejaswini hurriedly closed her diary in which she was writing something and hid it behind the books. I know everything what you keep writing in this diary, Ashwini said. Nothing like that. Who knows what you keep thinking? Tejaswini laughed and walked out of the room. Ashwini followed her and said, Tejaswini, if Akash is not able to move forward, then you should start. I think now is the time. It has been 1 year since we three became friends. We have started understanding each other well. Now, don't waste any more time in overthinking. Not everyone gets a good boy like Akash. Go ahead and express your feelings to Akash. When Ashwini explained to Tejaswini, she agreed to share her feelings with Akash. Ashwini suggested that Tejaswini should express her feelings to Akash on the approaching Valentine's Day. But on Rose Day, before Valentine's Day, Akash suddenly proposed to Ashwini by giving her a red rose. She did not expect any such step. Ashwini was stunned. Saying nothing, she silently returned to the room with roses in her hand. When Tejaswini came to know about this incident, she was more hurt than Ashwini. She was cherishing the dream of making Akash her own. Ashwini knew that attraction for Akash was growing in Tejaswini's mind. She herself was pushing Tejaswini towards Akash. But after what Akash did today, Ashwini started hesitating and she avoided even making eye contact with Tejaswini. I don't know what my friend will think about me. Ashwini started feeling worried in her mind. Her restlessness was clearly visible on her face. Tejaswini read the storm rising inside Ashwini. After all, both of them had been supporting each other since childhood and had been sharing emotions. Seeing the expressions of anxiety rising on Ashwini's face, Tejaswini did not let the slightest anxiety appear on her face. Like a true friend, she showed herself happy in Ashwini's happiness. She explained it to Ashwini by saying that whatever she was thinking was not like that. All three of them are good friends, and Tejaswini's feelings are just Ashwini's imagination. And she continued, You misunderstood, my love. Akash likes you, not me, and this rose flower given by him is the witness of this. Now happily adopt the flower and live a happy life with Akash. My best wishes are with you. After Tejaswini said these words, then Ashwini got some peace. Tejaswini said all this only to pacify Ashwini. But it was becoming difficult for her to face the volcano that was erupting inside her. Akash had cheated her. How could he do this to her? Did Akash never read anything in Tejaswini's eyes? And what about the evening they spent in each other's arms? Tejaswini was being surrounded by all these questions. She started burning from within. She didn't want to hinder her dearest friend's happiness. But what should she do with her heart? The entire next week was spent in this confusion. Tejaswini, who appeared calm and happy on the outside, in front of Ashwini, was actually melting from inside. Ultimately, the mind overpowered the heart. In the chaos that had been going on for so many days, Tejaswini's evil mind won over her calm mind. She decided that she would teach Akash a lesson and reveal his truth to Ashwini. With this intention, she picked up her diary as proof and got ready and went to college. That day, she wanted to reveal every secret kept in her diary to Ashwini. Everywhere in the college, there was a glow of red. That day was Valentine's Day. Everywhere there were red balloons, heart-shaped cutouts, red ribbons. Girls were also dressed in red dresses and roaming around with their boyfriends. It was on this day that Tejaswini had thought of expressing her feelings to Akash. And today she was going to break the budding relationship between Akash and Ashwini. Tejaswini saw Akash and Ashwini sitting together in the cafeteria. Both of them had their backs towards her. Moving with quick, steady steps, Tejaswini rushed towards them. Before she could rebuke them, their conversation slipped into her ears. Ashwini, I liked you from the very first day. Your reticent nature matches my own introvert nature, said Akash. Yes, and look how similar our tastes, our desires, and aspirations are. To tell you the truth, I had never seen you from that perspective. Ashwini was saying. In fact, I had been thinking something else till now. Perhaps Ashwini was pointing towards Tejaswini. It took me some time to understand. Sometimes some doubts also arose in the mind. But I have taken this decision after careful consideration. Everyone makes mistakes in life, but the wise person is the one who learns from his mistakes and moves forward. Akash concluded his statement. Tejaswini, standing behind, was listening to everything and started thinking. Both of them are telling the truth. They are made for each other. The natures of both are compatible with each other. Does falling in love happen once you sleep? No, no. What happened between Akash and me was not the result of love, but of youthful attraction and enthusiasm, which can probably happen to anyone. Decisions for the whole life cannot and should not be taken on the basis of such a single incident. Akash took the right decision and chose his partner after careful consideration. How happy both are together. Both are my friends. Will I be able to remain happy by destroying their happiness? Will I ever be able to forgive myself after doing this? Only that decision should be taken which makes life happy. Tejaswini stopped her steps. She hid her diary back in her bag. She said, looking at the diary, "Now it will never be needed." The clouds in the sky started moving. The pleasant rays of the mid-spring sun started showering light everywhere. This light started coming inside Tejaswini's mind also. A smile started appearing on her face. Okay, guys, you too have become a couple. I also want to party with you. Saying this, Tejaswini spread both her arms. Ashwini and Akash also laughed and took her in their arms. All three ordered coffee and cake. The box of countless things started opening again.